as the title says, am I the only one who didn't realize today was 9/11 until we turned on the TV? Now, I like watching the more educational channels like History Channel, Discovery Channel, a lot of those other channels. And sure enough, first thing this morning, and I apologize if you hear Crixus in the background. He's being a little pissy pants this morning. Anyway, I turn on these channels this morning and I see that it's 9/11 documentaries and just a number of other things, just basically encapsulating what the entire day of 9/11 was. Now, I'm all for preserving history and documentation of history and all that good shit. But when I turn on the TV in the morning and I look at the viewing guide and I see that there's 8, 10, 12-hour blocks of programming dedicated to 9/11 today, I just have to ask myself, like, is this at all necessary? I mean, who is this for? Who watching this channel that's my age, who's not a child in school, that would turn on their TV at 9 in the morning, who doesn't understand what happened on 9/11? Who needs a 12-hour block refresher course? I mean, I get it. It's a tragedy. It sucked. It was just, beyond compare to anything else that has happened in people my age's lifetime. But one of the things that I kind of think of is, all right, I'm going to try and parallel this with the world of sports now. I love my sports teams here in Philadelphia, and when I see a rival team fall and fall hard, I really love seeing it. Like, I appreciate it. Like, if something bad happens to the Dallas Cowboys, oh my God, I will tune in to Sports Center to see it replayed and then get the replay of that again and again and again. I love seeing stuff like that. And that mindset is typical in a lot of human beings. It's basically enjoying what's going good for your side and what's going bad for someone else's. I mean, granted, I know this is just a silly sport, but what I'm trying to draw the comparison to here is, can you imagine anyone that is sympathetic towards the acts that happened on 9/11? Could you imagine anyone that is sympathetic or that is a member of the Taliban or who's, ever planning on carrying out another act of terror on America? Could you imagine what they think when they see all this footage, when they see the towers falling, knowing that there's a shit ton of police and firemen that just walked in there not knowing they're about to die? Can you imagine just the cheers that they're going, yes, get to see this replayed again and again today? Is it worth, giving this refresher course to people who already know about it? Also worth giving this refresher time frame of everything that happened to those who are going to enjoy the shit out of this? And again, it's a whole other thing. Like I bitched about YouTube whores trying to make money off of things, and I know I've defended channels like the History Channel for having commercials and everything on their programs, even though some of their stuff is about death and suffering. But when you circumstantially do things like this based on the time frame, like obviously 9/11 is going to draw more viewers, so why not air a 12-hour block of 9/11 footage? We'll get a lot more people watching our programming today. Then we'll make more money off the commercials. And yes, I understand companies like that need commercials to operate and pay their overhead expenses, unlike a YouTube whore who doesn't need that money to operate. But still, the timing of it is a bit tacky for the History Channel, Discovery Channels, and anyone else that's airing 9/11 documentary recap footages and all that other shit today. So I don't know. I just kind of woke up today, was expecting to see 100 reruns of Pawn Stars, which I guess this is an upgrade from that. But instead, I see my channel queue is filled with 9/11 remembrance, 9/11 this, 9/11 that, and it's like, I get it. I know all this. I lived through this. I mean, I was down in Maryland when this happened, and after the Pentagon got hit, I go outside and I physically see F-15s flying around in the air. That is something in my lifetime I never thought I'd see, and they're not flying around on just little, just take off land missions. They're on search and protect missions. And I'm like, this is surreal. This is happening in my day and time on this world. It's something I couldn't even comprehend. So I get all that. 9/11 sucked. Everyone that is pretty much alive, unless you're a toddler, understands how much it sucked, what happened that day. It's really not worth putting 12-hour blocks of nonstop 9/11 programming. Or am I just the ignorant one? Am I being inconsiderate to 9/11 and those who died and suffered? You tell me. Anyway, have a great Tuesday, everyone. Because today is Tuesday. Take care.